Okay, let's unpack this. It's pretty much the universal struggle, isn't it? That fight between
Yes.
desperately needing to get things done and, well, the magnetic pull of the snooze button.
Yeah.
You know exactly the feeling.
Oh, absolutely. And the stats, they really show you're not alone. Something like 68% of adults are right there with you, trying to juggle sleep and, just the daily grind.
And yet, it's funny, we're sort of a culture of night owls, too.
Yeah.
80% of adults regularly staying up past midnight, chasing,
Yeah.
I don't know, phantom productivity late at night.
Right. But then you look over at X and the hashtag early risers trend, it's huge, like over 2 million posts. So there's this really strong, almost contradictory pull, this desire to grab those early morning hours.
Totally. Now, before we really get into the weeds on the data and what makes this tick,
Mhm.
we really want to encourage you to check out Mind Expansion Daily. You'll find more incredible insights like this over there.
Yeah, definitely worth a visit. And hey, if you're finding this valuable, if what we're sharing resonates, please do us a huge favor, like and subscribe.
Seriously, hit that like button. It actually makes a massive difference with the algorithm, helping us reach more people, more curious minds all around the globe.
And look, if you really appreciate the deep dives we do, the research that goes into this, there's a link in the description where you can buy us a coffee. Every little bit helps fuel this.
Absolutely. And one last thing, we've got a challenge for you. Drop a comment below. Tell us, do you agree with where we land on this?
Disagree. We want to hear it.
And while you're at it, just type in where you're listening from. Could be your city, your country, whatever. Our goal is to grow this community worldwide, and seeing where you all are is honestly pretty cool.
Okay, so today's mission for this deep dive is super clear. We're cutting through all the hype, the social media noise around the 5 a.m. challenge.
Yep. We're looking at the cold, hard, measurable science. We've pulled together sources from, like, the CDC on sleep, actual studies in Nature, and then balanced that with productivity heavy hitters like Cal Newport's Deep Work. And we've mixed in real-world stuff to those social media anecdotes.
Yeah.
The big question is, how does waking up before dawn actually transform your life? Or does it?
So we use all that to basically structure a 7-day experiment based on this 5 a.m. rule. The core question we're tackling is this just another wellness fad that'll fade away?
Or is there actual solid science behind the promises? Like a 25% boost in getting tasks done, a 30% drop in stress. Do the results justify, well, the pain of getting up?
Exactly. We need to know if it's worth it.
Okay, so let's start with the target itself. Why 5 a.m. specifically? We know experts like the CDC say 7 to 8 hours of sleep is the sweet spot.
Right, and yet something like 35% of adults aren't even hitting that, so why on earth push the wake-up time even earlier? It seems counterintuitive.
It really does.
Well, what's fascinating, and this comes out in the productivity research, especially when you look at stuff like Deep Work, is that the window between roughly 4 a.m. and 7 a.m., that's flagged as peak focus time.
Peak focus. How so?
It's characterized by, well, basically no distractions, right? Your brain has this high capacity for really intense, focused concentration. The idea is to grab those quiet hours before the world wakes up and starts throwing emails and notifications at you.
Okay, that makes sense, capturing the quiet. But, I mean, actually doing that is the hard part. If it were easy, we wouldn't have that 68% struggling.
Exactly. So we dug into the sources to figure out the biggest roadblocks, what stops people, and the first one is just pure physical tiredness, fatigue. 60% trying this report, feeling super groggy, like they just can't shake it off.
Right, the initial hit.
And then there's biology. We can't ignore it. There's research, including a pretty recent 2025 analysis in Nature, that confirms about 20% of us are genuinely genetically wired as night owls. Our internal clocks, our chronotypes, just prefer later sleep and later waking.
20%. That's significant. So if you're in that group, is this whole 5 a.m. thing just pointless? Can you actually override your genes with routine?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Behavior can influence things, you can definitely build habits, but the underlying struggle for that 20% is real. And that brings us to the other big hurdle, social norms.
Ah, yes. Society.
We are culturally pretty geared towards evenings. We found data showing 70% of young adults, they prioritize late-night socializing, streaming shows, gaming, whatever it is.
You see it online too, right?
Yeah.
This post saying, 5 a.m., no way, my bed wins.
Totally. That late-night culture directly clashes with getting the sleep you need to make 5 a.m. functional. So part of our experiment was testing. Can you navigate these roadblocks, the biology, the social pressure, and actually unlock those promise gains?
Okay, let's walk through the experiment then, the 7 days. And we didn't just track like words written or tasks completed. We tracked the feelings, the emotional side, because that's what makes it real for people listening.
Right, so day one, it wasn't exactly a smooth, glorious start, more like a negotiation. Alarm goes off, 4:55 a.m., first instinct, snooze, hit it once, 10 whole minutes of resistance. Yeah, had to basically force themselves out of bed with sheer willpower. But crucially, they immediately did the planned routine. Just 10 minutes of meditation.
And here's where it gets interesting, right? Even with that grogginess, that awful feeling, just 10 minutes of meditation led to a reported 15% increase in clarity for the rest of the day.
Exactly. And the output followed. 500 focused words written by 7 a.m. The tweet that night kind of summed it up. Tough, but doable. Almost like they felt they'd bought extra time.
It's amazing how quickly that mental benefit showed up. But it wasn't quite sustainable yet, was it?
No, not yet. Day two was where the really critical piece clicked into place, getting serious about sleep, the whole sleep hygiene thing.
Ah, the 9 p.m. solution we hinted at.
Precisely. Day two meant actually being asleep by 9 p.m., and that made all the difference. Much easier wake up, managed an early 30-minute jog, huge energy boost, like 20%.
And the work impact.
Got work tasks done 2 hours faster than their usual baseline. The momentum built on actual rest was suddenly very real.
Okay, so sleep is the foundation. Then what?
Then day three, the rhythm started to set in. Woke up naturally just before 5 a.m. No alarm needed. That's a great sign your body clock is starting to adjust.
And the productivity tracker.
Confirmed the feeling. Day three showed a 25% productivity spike. That's significant. And the whole mindset shifted. The ex-post read, Day 3, 5 a.m. feels like cheating time. World's asleep, I'm already winning.
Love that feeling. But, life happens. It's never just smooth sailing, is it? Day 4 brought the dip.
The inevitable crash, yeah. Fatigue hit hard. Why? An unavoidable late meeting the night before threw off the sleep schedule. And this is where the routine itself became the hero.
How so?
Even feeling exhausted, they stuck to the morning routine, did the meditation, and that reportedly helped drop the immediate stress level by 15%. Just enough to push through, focus, and finish a really important project early. They were close to quitting that morning.
So the routine acts like a safety net almost.
Yep.
When you're tired and your willpower is low, the habit carries you.
Exactly. It's like pre-programmed action. The ex-post that day was really telling. Almost quit. Push through. Routine is armor. Powerful stuff.
Okay, so they weathered the storm. What about the end of the week? Days 5 to 7.
That's when things really took off. A growth surge. Added yoga into the mix. Committed to learning a skill 10 Spanish words a day. Hit 50 words total by day 7.
Wow, tangible skill growth.
And reported feeling 30% more focused, linking it straight back to those deep work principles of undisturbed concentration.
And the clarity.
Peaked on day 6. Woke up easily, no alarm, zero grogginess. And this ties into other research showing early risers feel significantly less anxious, maybe 40% less, according to one source. It makes sense, right? You start the day calm and structured, not rushed and reactive.
Yeah, that frantic morning rush is stressful.
So by day 7, the transformation felt real. Routine locked in. 9 p.m. sleep, 5 a.m. wake. Wrote 1,000 words for a personal project. And just felt, overall, a 20% boost in confidence.
That's a heck of a week.
Oh.
Okay, let's dig into why this works. The payoffs. We keep mentioning that 25% efficiency gain. Is that just because you're smarter at 5 a.m., or is it simpler?
It seems to be mostly about eliminating friction, coupled with that biological timing, the productivity powerhouse thing. It's real, finishing projects 2 hours faster. That comes directly from cutting out the constant dings, emails, and requests.
So it's the focus.
It's using those silent, protected pre-dawn hours for the hard stuff, the deep work, when your brain is fresh and the world is quiet. It's exactly what Newport talks about.
And the mental health side. We saw meditation, journaling. How does that connect?
Well, the sources, including a big APA study from 2025, confirm it. Building in those specific morning routines, mindfulness, reflection can slash stress by up to 30%. Our challenger felt a 20% drop in general anxiety over just that week.
So it's calming the system before the day begins.
Exactly. And biologically, there's a reason 5 a.m. is potent. It's not just willpower. Your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock, naturally peaks focus-wise between around 5 and 7 a.m. This lines up with a natural cortisol spike. Now, cortisol gets a bad rap for stress, but this morning spike, according to Nature research, it actually boosts alertness and focus, gets you ready for action, so you're basically riding a natural biological wave.
You're working with your body, not against it. Interesting.
Eh.
And it wasn't just about work productivity, right? The personal growth aspect.
Huge. We always say, I don't have time to learn X. But Forbes reported that 80% of early risers make significant skill gains just by using those extra couple of hours for themselves.
Like the 50 Spanish words.
Or running 15 kilometers total over the week. That's real, measurable progress on personal goals, completely outside of the 9 to 5.
Okay, so we've established it can work. The benefits are there. Now, the crucial part, how can you, listening right now, actually make this stick? Fatigue is the big enemy. That day 4 dip is real.
And the core solution, the absolute non-negotiable, it's what we're calling the 9 p.m. solution. Bedtime matters. A lot.
No, you can't cheat sleep.
No way. You've got MM for being consistently asleep by 9 p.m. to get those crucial 8 hours. Trying to burn the candle at both ends, midnight bedtime, 5 a.m. alarm, that's just a recipe for burnout. The CDC found that good, consistent sleep cuts morning grogginess by 40%. That's massive.
So 9 p.m. bedtime isn't punishment, it's performance fuel.
Exactly. But let's be honest, that 9 p.m. thing bumps right up against social norms again, right? If 70% of young adults are active late, how do you sell them on a 9 p.m. bedtime?
Yeah, it sounds like social suicide to some.
The key seems to be framing the trade-off based on your goals. Beyond just sleep, you need strong motivation. What gets you out of that warm bed?
Right.
The sources suggest setting really specific, exciting goals that aren't work-related. Decide you'll learn those 10 Spanish words daily. Aim for a 5K run. Having a powerful why boosts adherence by like 50%.
Okay, so have a compelling reason. What about practical tips, like day-to-day actions?
Synthesize from the sources 3 key things. 1, prep the night before. Reduce morning friction. Lay out your workout clothes. Set up the coffee. Have your journal ready. Every little obstacle removed helps.
Makes sense. Less thinking required when you're half asleep.
2, start small. Don't try to run a marathon or write a novel on day 1. Remember that 10-minute meditation. It gave our challenger 15% more clarity. Small, consistent wins build momentum and confidence.
And 3rd,
track your progress. Don't just feel like you're doing well, know it. Use an app, a journal, whatever. Seeing the streak, the 50 words learned, the 2 hours saved each day that provides positive reinforcement and makes the habit stick. Apps like Habitica apparently boosted adherence by 30%.
tracking makes it tangible. And the good news is this can become sustainable, right? It's not just a week-long sprint.
Seems so. The anecdotal evidence suggests that once people experience the benefits, it becomes self-reinforcing. Forbes cited stats like 70% sustain the positive habits they build in that early hour, and 80% actually stick with the 5 a.m. wake-up long-term.
Wow, 80% stick with it. That's impressive. Okay, we covered a ton. Quick recap. This 1-week experiment showed real results. 25% productivity gain, 20% less anxiety, 15K run, 50 new Spanish words. Tangible stuff.
Yeah, really measurable change, but it's bigger than just one person. We're seeing this ripple out professionally. LinkedIn reported 40% of professionals are now adopting early routines.
And companies are noticing.
Some are even offering 5 a.m. flexible start times. And they're seeing output boosts around 15% because of it. Like that ex-post said, boss loves my 5 a.m. emails because I've already done the thing they were going to ask for. You get ahead of the game.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening? This deep dive really showed the 5 a.m. challenge isn't just waking up early for the sake of it.
No, it's about intentionally restructuring your day. It's about aligning with your body's natural peak focus time, that 5 to 7 a.m. window. And it's about consciously choosing deep work and growth over, well, late night scrolling or passive consumption.
It's almost like a system for mandatory focused self-investment every single morning. So if just 7 days can create this kind of measurable shift, physically and mentally, here's the final thought we want to leave you with. What could 30 days do? How could consistently capturing that early hour fundamentally reshape your success, your skills, your clarity in the long run? Maybe it's time to think about setting that alarm a little earlier tonight.